Journey with me through time and space.
It's profile time. Marcelo Salas.
Straight in there.
Yeah.
Straight in there. No,
Well,
no prompting.
I was confused then. I didn't know what was going on.
Save your confusion for after the show.
Yeah.
Chilean legend Marcelo Salas. Born December 24th, Christmas Eve, 1974.
A few years after the
9
Summer
years?
of Love.
No, not 9 years. 7 years.
After the Summer of Love.
7 years
He's
after
won the
the-
sperm race.
Well, that probably, not probably, definitely Chile's most famous player. Ivan Zamorano might have issue with that, but I'm going to say it's Salas. Nicknamed El Matador.
The killer.
Which translated as the killer. He was, he started his career in his native Chile, and he was a product of the Deportes Temuco youth team. I've been to Temuco.
Have you?
His hometown.
No.
Is there a statue of him or anything?
We didn't finish it. But it looked more like me than him.
Did Aquilani nick it?
But
Actually, you look a bit like Salas.
do I?
You got a bit of Salas about him, I think, yeah.
So if he had like sort of a bit of product in his hair, a bit
Yeah.
more product.
Bit more?
Yeah.
I think you were right by saying a bit of.
Yeah, he ain't got any at all at the moment, has he?
Don't need any, do I?
No.
Not broke, don't fix it. But Salas, he started his career, his professional career, with Universidad de Chile.
Clarence Acuna's old team.
Oh, yeah,
Of course, yeah. And he had an immediate impact there. He helped them win back-to-back titles in 94 and 95. Had 75 appearances, scored 50 goals. So a good goal-scoring record for them. Caught the eye of some of the big sides in South America, and he moved in 1996 to River Plate. So we're talking big boys here.
Yeah.
Of course, in the Argentinian leagues. And this was met by some criticism by the Argentinian press, because a Chilean-born player had never really made an impact in Argentina. Even Maradona piped up.
Oh, what a surprise!
Yeah, and he was... I think Maradona was partly annoyed because Boca Juniors had kind of scouted him a bit.
Okay,
So
yeah.
River had nicked him, so...
Okay.
Yeah, he rubbed it, didn't want him anyway.
Well,
never make him-
Boca has certainly got the reputation of having the best scouting network and stuff, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so he joined River Plate, but he soon won the Argentine fans over. He had a huge impact there with River Plate on one of their on a couple of great ones. And from 96 to 98, he scored 26 goals in 51 games, and they won the Argentine leagues and the Supercopa in 97. So he won them all over, won the press over, won the fans over, which is a huge achievement, really, because as they say, Chilean-born players tend not to do that well there.
Okay.
So he's done very well there. Now it was at this time, 97 kind of into 98. That's when he was playing really good stuff for Chile. He was up front with Ivan Zamorano.
Well, that's when they murked England at Wembley.
Well, yeah, they did. Zamorano, I mean, of course, played for Inter and Real, so they had two quality strikers there who had a great partnership. And you're right, in a friendly before the World Cup, I think it was, Chile went to Wembley, and people thought, oh, that should be a routine one. And
one of them was a Bergkamp-esque goal, a long ball over the top, onto his thigh,
and boom,
I
volleyed it.
think those two are like a certain level above a lot of the other teams.
I'd say so.
The rest of the Chilean team.
But at one
pretty
stage,
anonymous.
around that time, they had a good team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You say that, but in 98 they qualified for the World Cup. Salah scored 4 goals in 4 matches.
Yeah, he scored in every match, didn't he?
Against Italy in the opening game. They've really scared them. They were 2-1 up. Italy scored, and then Salas hit them, twice. Yeah. And it was only a dubious penalty in the last 5 minutes from Roberto Baggio that saved Italy's blushes there.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, do you remember the first... Oh, hang on. It was the second goal against Italy? One of the goals where he scored that header, where he out-jumped the defender.
Yeah, he had a real sprig on him.
Yeah, he was only about 5'8", 5'9", is Salas. But
similar height to yourself, Marcus.
Tall.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Once again. And a similar record. At international level. But after the World Cup, his performance in Argentina at the World Cup, he was seen by the big European sides. He turned down a move to Manchester United, I believe, and Lazio came in for him for about, I think it was about £15 million. It's about $18 million at the time.
I remember him as a Lazio player.
Yeah, absolutely. He went there, and that was really when he played possibly his best football.
He must have been there for about 4 or 5 seasons.
He was there for 3 seasons, I think.
Okay.
He helped them win the Cup Winners' Cup in '99, which I think was the last Cup Winners' Cup.
Villa Park.
At Villa Park.
Yeah, good.
And he won the Italian Cup and he won the European Super Cup. He also, though, they hadn't won the league, Lazio, I think since 73, 74. They hadn't won the Serie A title, and he won the Serie A title with them. Which is a wonderful achievement.
I mean, they're not the most likeable club, Lazio, but I do remember Marcelo Salas as being a Lazio player.
Yeah, and we all like Sky Blue, so we'll let them off for that one.
Yeah, all right.
But he played 117 times for Lazio, scored 48 goals. Towards the end of his Lazio career, there was a few off-field problems and a couple of things going on. So he moved on to Juventus.
Injured, was he? Injured, wasn't he?
Well, I think he started becoming injured when
knee problems, obviously, to remember.
Well, he was sold to Juventus for 8.2 million. Plus Darko Kovacevic.
Yeah.
Ex-Sheffield Wednesday.
He was a good player, yeah.
Yeah. And this was, he didn't have a good time there. He was hampered by injuries, as you say. He only played about 18 games and he only just scored the 2 goals. So, didn't really do too well at Juventus. Injuries and one thing and another. But he was there for a little while. Was involved. Juventus did win the league when he was there. But again, his participation wasn't.
I still remember he was very good at penalties. They were like right in the middle, right at the top, and he
used to smash his pens, didn't he?
He used to smack them.
So he went back to River Plate, his beloved River Plate, and again a few injuries and so on. He scored 17 goals in 43 matches from there, and he considered retiring from football, but he decided that he would carry on with River, and they got to the semi-final of the Copa Libertadores, and they lost to the eventual champion Sao Paulo. So he kind of had a good go at River there towards the end of his career, and then he went back to Universidad de Chile, which was he started at in Chile in Universidad, went to River, went to Europe, then back to River, back to Universidad. It's kind of
like a mirror.
Well, it could be said. Could be said,
and it has been said.
Yeah, it has.
I'm glad someone said.
Yeah. So in July 05, he did return to his original team, Universidad de Chile, and the fans absolutely loved it there. They massive reception to him.
That's what I would do if I was professional footballer. I'd go back to Pompey at the end of my career.
He retired around this time from the national team as well in 2005. In 2006. He was released from Universidad by the law-imposed administration.
They went into administration. They couldn't afford to pay his wages or something, probably something like that.
Yes, so he was released, and the fans and everybody associated with the team were up in arms about this, as you can imagine. Now, Salas then went into kind of like a 6-month period where he didn't actually play. So after that period, he did sign a contract with Universidad. He managed to go back there for a year and a half, roughly. So bear in mind, he's taken 6 months out of the game, and he's in his early 30s then, and so he's gone back into it, playing in Chile, and then he expressed a desire to return to the Chilean national team, and he hadn't played since 2005.
Not really his choice, is it?
Which, again, after a 6 month...
Not really his decision, though, is it?
Well, that's
you
right.
Just turn up. All right, yeah, I'm interested in playing for you lot again. Do you mind?
Well... But he did, though, and
he's proven me wrong.
Yeah, and they had 2 exhibition matches, and he played in both of them. And then... He impressed. He was back on form, and he played in the first 4 games of the qualifying campaign for this coming World Cup.
Oh, brilliant!
Which is quite remarkable, really. And they went away to Uruguay, did Chile, where they'd never picked up a point before, and they drew 2-2, and he scored both goals.
Oh, class! Rolling back the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
cracking.
And and at this time he scored 37 goals for his country, and he beat Zamorano's record. So he's the highest scorer in the history of the national team of Chile. But he did, however, announce his retirement on November 26, 2008, at the age of 33. And fortunately, they did have a farewell game for him a few months ago. And they invited lots of his former teammates from River Plate, from Juventus. I think David Trezeguet played amongst others.
Oh, yeah.
In Chile, and it had a crowd of over 60,000 people to pay him one final salute, and everybody wore the number 11 shirt in little homage to him. Yeah, and he scored a hat-trick. Didn't he?
Of course he did.
Yeah. He's now the owner of a new third division club called Union Temuco. Again, keeping it local where he was born.
Keeping it real.
Absolutely. So yeah, a number of honours there in quite a career for old Marcelo Salas, and he summed it up at the end. He said, "I quit happy. I am done. I only have words of thanks for everybody." What a guy.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
And with that, he's in the Dean Windass Hall of Fame.
I love his nonchalant quote at the end.
Yeah.
He's normally got a deep and thoughtful thing. I've had enough of that now. Brilliant.